So they
that
we want to
live
see
button.
you. Hold on 1 second. Go ahead and hit live.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Looks like we are live. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the platform for presents. This is another episode of the Side Eye. This is episode 7, I believe. And yeah, we are jumping back into the craziness that is, gaming industry and the Epstein files. That's why we ask the two questions in the title, whether is HighGuard dead, because we got some gaming news there, and then we have some Epstein news, and you're not gonna like this. So yeah, we are going to get into it. Danny just had to step away for a second. But yeah, my name is David, aka Primetime, and yeah, we are going to get into it. What up,
Man,
gaming
you know, ain't no
despair?
party like a Diddy party,
Oh
son.
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah, that's
we listen, we about to talk about Mr. King Diddy himself, Jeffrey Epstein. So we gonna see who we gonna see what it is. Uh, but yeah, I wanted to play this first because I wanted to play. This is something we're going to talk about later, but I just thought this was funny, and I just wanted to share this, and then we'll get back to the other story today.
I believe his name has appeared countless times in the documents
how
that
many
have
people were
been released.
assigned?
If I could finish,
I just
I'm
asked
going to
this-
read you the stats.
I think it's funny. This is a parody on the Pam Bondi hearing today, which is what we're going to be talking about. We're going to see some little quick highlights from that hearing today, some standouts, and then we're going to get the hell up out of here. So let's talk about the first story, though. Something news that actually broke on Twitter. It is one of the devs from a game called HighGuard. I don't know if you know HighGuard. It was I don't want to say highly anticipated game, but it showed up at the end of the Game Awards, and people were like, huh? Why did this show up? What up, Butch? I see you. Welcome. So this is from Alex Grainer. He is one of the devs that was part of the team at Wildlight. And so this is what he said. This is on his LinkedIn. So this has been confirmed by a dev that everyone was laid off. What up, Game in Despair? I appreciate you, Game in Despair. It says here, unfortunately, along with most of the team at Wildlight, I was laid off today. It says this one really stings as there was a lot of unreleased content I was really looking forward to, and that I and others designed for HighGuard. Said, however, I am excited to see my next adventure. If your team or anyone you know needs an experienced level designer, hit me up. Check out my
Oh
here.
shit! What up?
Yeah, is to see what I've done in the last 7 years as a level designer in this triple A space, and then he posts his resume for all of those to see. So yeah, this is a wild one. I can't say I didn't see this coming. But it's the live service climate right now is like not very good, and so I'm not sure why devs are continuing to develop games in the live service space. I know there's some room for live service, but I think when you start going for that, Fortnite-esque battle, live service, I think it's kind of like been there, done that. So yeah, Danny, what do you think about this? What do you think about Alex Grainer's post? It was shared on Twitter, and this is his LinkedIn post about him and pretty much the whole team at Wildlife being laid off.
I mean, we called this shit, right? Like we literally said it. We said that this live service bullshit will be dead. And here we are. Look at Concord. Look at the day before. Look at all these games that nobody asked for, right? Look what's upcoming. I mean, they got the new Horizon game. That's a live service game. And people are already saying that shit's dead on arrival. Like, I don't think there's a sustenance for it. There's not a clamoring for it unless it's genre defining, like Arc Raiders, right?
Right.
Arc Raiders made the extraction shooter mainstream because of how they did it, the format, right? And that's a rare story. Look at Helldivers. You know, those stories is rare, and even Helldivers ain't even the same like it used to be.
That's true. What up, Brian? I
You
see
know,
you.
Call of Duty. What up, Brian? Call of Duty. You know, Call of Duty. This is the first time that Call of Duty is in the trash bin. And I know we don't like Call of Duty, but honestly, Call of Duty always had players, right? Like they always had tons of motherfuckers playing Call of Duty. And that ain't the same nowadays. You know, look at Battlefield. Battlefield has also lost a lot of its fucking fans and shit over time because there's no sustenance. There's no progression. There's nothing to get, right?
No point.
And so, and it's sad because all of these developers who you can tell that they put their heart and soul in the game, but it was the wrong type of game. You know,
this was Butch said. He said, hate to see people leave their job, but nothing was lost. It says, but nothing was lost here, sadly. Yeah, that's kind of true. He said, fuck HighGuard. This is what Brian said. Hope they got all fired. Stop making trash games. Damn, that's fucked up.
Damn, Brian fucked up. The motherfuckers don't even put effort in with the multiplayer shit anymore. They're just chasing trends.
Yep.
And like, so that's a good comment because you think about it. Like, HighGuard, did it look trash? No. HighGuard's graphics is actually pretty good. Same thing with Concord, right? Like Concord's graphics was great. It was the game itself was boring as shit. HighGuard is like boring as shit, even though it's got a bunch of things in there. There was nothing in there titillating, nothing that did anything, right? And I'm glad you brought this up too. Look at the stats for this right now. This is SteamDB.
Yeah,
they're showing how many people are in game, and what the trends are from when it started to where it's at right now. At peak, it had 97,000 concurrent players. This was only 16 days ago. This is not like this was like a year. Like I can see how player counts can drop after a year,
right?
Because maybe no new content drop, and they're waiting for the new content or the expansion, and people will come back in. Just like with Destiny, like how Destiny, it'll be like, damn, Destiny got 10,000 players instead of the 250. But then when they drop a new one, they back up into the millions of players and shit.
Right.
That's not the case for this. This is 16 days ago. They had almost 100,000 people playing concurrently. Now they only have 2,700 right now.
Terrible.
And this is peak time. This is peak time for gaming. Like between 8 and 10 o'clock and shit. That's when people off of work and they're all fucking at home gaming. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. How many people are in Neo, David? Search Neo 3.
Let's see.
You can see it. Yeah, search Neo 3 at the top right there, David. Where it says, nah, not there. At the top of the website.
Oh, here.
Yeah, right there. Just type in Neo 3. Let's see how many people are playing right now.
Oh my goodness. It's still
look how many people are playing Neo 3. And this is not a live service game, but it does have multiplayer. And in the last 24 hours, 67,000 people. So this is just the late night. You know what I'm saying? 67,000 people daily average plays fucking Neo 3. They had 88,000 people playing. They all had almost as many people as HighGuard on their first day.
But the reviews are much better, though.
Look at that shit. 80% positive. 8,000 reviews. Now hit the back button. Go back to how many reviews it was for HighGuard. Just do that. And then you should be able to just delete hit forward and then just delete Neo 3. Yep, and click HighGuard. You can either click it or just click HighGuard. It's fine. And this one's got 38,000 reviews. And it's under half of people who thought it was positive.
It says devs
You know,
used to
so
make
more.
Butch said devs used to make what inspired them, and now they make games based on data. Brian said HighGuard is just a copy and paste from Apex trash. Dang. It says all paid shields playing. Dang. It says gave me the spirit. It says Apex Legends wasn't the
Yeah.
best.
I think I disagree with that because it's definitely not Apex Legends. Apex Legends was a different type of game. This one feels more
Like a MOBA, very cut out MOBA.
yeah,
Like
it's like Destiny MOBA.
yeah.
Like it's not really that great. It definitely wasn't like Apex Legends. And Butch said a Neo costs money.
What up,
Facts.
Frozen? I see you.
What up? What up? He said 76ers suck dick without Joel playing, making me lose money. Shut the fuck up, Brian. Anybody talking about that bullshit right now? Butch says the base gameplay is straight from Apex. Yeah. Like, listen, HighGuard was meant to fail. And you know what? I blame Jeff Keighley on that one a little bit too. Because Jeff Keighley, this was his personal, like, what I want the huge focus on. And even the devs themselves said they wasn't even trying to get that type of focus.
Yeah,
It was Jeff Keighley who pushed it that we should.
Yeah, because remember one of the devs.
Yeah, they want the shadow drop, but they just want the shadow drop to see what people think.
Yeah, they didn't even want big thing. They said when you knew about it, that's when it was dropping. But Jeff Keighley, he did pump it, and I think that also helped to the detriment because that gave people like, what game is this? Because people like to hate too. You can't see somebody.
Well, yeah, they love to hate for sure.
And because some people don't like Jeff Keighley, they just like, oh, he likes his game, hate. So, it was like destined to fail because when it came out, it didn't have a lot of content. It would have been better if it was shadow dropped. Had about 30,000 people, a month playing. You know what I'm saying, and then that would have allowed for them to have a little bit more time to develop the 5v5. More content, more
right, ranked and all that.
Yeah.
Now, Butch said, I don't blame him for it failing. Listen, I don't blame him for it failing per se, but I do blame him for the first impressions being bad.
Yeah.
Because it was such a weird moment. It was such a weird moment for him to make that the last, like when you make say this is the last game, right? Just in general, the game is always something kind of like mind breaking, right? Like it's like, oh shit, we gotta do this, or they actually showing gameplay for this game or something, right? Like it's always something big. When they show a HighGuard, it just reminded everybody of Concord and all these live service. It just put everybody in that same vein. So the hate was pre-launched, Right. So even if people who didn't play it, out of the people who watched the Game Awards, like 28% of the people already pre-hated it, right? So that's why I did blame Jeff on that one because he created some of the hate because people already hate Jeff Keighley. They already think he a motherfucking shield for goddamn Death Stranding and shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like there was a lot of pre-hate. The problem was when it came out, people actually fucked with it. It wasn't good either. Like it could have been different if the pre-hate was pre-hate, but then when it got the game, it was kind of dope, right? Then it would be like, then it's like, yeah, Jeff, you shitty ass motherfucker, but the game is still dope. That's not the case.
Frozen said he plays HighGuard every day. He said Keighley plays HighGuard every day. And then Brian said Concord was better than HighGuard.
Brian, you sound fucking insane, bro. Concord was the most boring piece of fucking slop you could possibly imagine.
I do feel bad though for the devs because I think, man, I can't tell you how probably excited the devs was when Jeff Keighley approached them and said, hey, we're going to spotlight your game at the end. And I don't think Jeff meant any maliciousness in this.
No, he didn't mean malicious, but I still, just by proxy. He's a little bit on him because.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying, I'm just going from like the devs' point of view. Like, I'm sure when they went back, they were like, oh man, this is going to be incredible. Not knowing that, that hate, because Jeff does get some hate. And it's like, man, putting him out there and and having it be the last game was a big mistake. It was a big mistake. It was too many eyes too quickly on the game that
Yeah.
needed obvious time to cook longer. And it was a perfect storm of badness, of bad news, of bad times, bad presentation, and there it is. And
Because you have those fake gamers, right? The ones that are paid to fucking chill out.
right.
And you also have those ones that rage bait too.
Yeah.
Like all they are is that their whole existence is to just shit on something that they never played. And unfortunately, there's a lot more people like that nowadays. There's a lot of people who just have preconceived notions. They don't know what the fuck it is. They see a black character, they hate it. Anything that looks like there's diversity, there's instant fucking hate. You know what I'm saying? And that's the sad part. So, it's just wild to me. I do feel bad for the devs, and I hope that at least some of them
I forgot to pull this up.
can
Introducing
recover.
No Man's Sky.
Sorry, I forgot to have this queued
So
up. I forgot to have this queued up. I thought
that's
I had
all
it
right.
queued up.
No, that's all right. No, that's all right.
But yeah.
So it's just wild.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's wild out here.
It's. Oh shit! You still? David, go ahead, dude.
No, I was just gonna say it's wild out here, man, and I feel bad for the team, and I really want them to, find jobs after this. It's sad to see any company go down because these are people who got families, So I hope they find a job soon, and we pray for everybody there at Wildlight Games. And there's another game I want to talk about. Speaking of live service games, this is a game I'm gonna say technically. Would you consider this live service, Danny?
No Man's Sky. I think it's just a single player sandbox with multiplayer.
Okay, so
because it's not the thing about this game though is that this is what happens when devs care, right? This is No Man's Sky is one of the most craziest comeback stories in gaming history.
It
It
went
went from Sean Murray. Dude, Sean Murray was the most vilified fucking dude in the industry. They claim he lied on camera. Ain't no multiplayer. Blah, 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 blah. This game is doo-doo. Fuck this game, right? Like, and honestly, when you played it, you could tell that the bones were amazing. Because, like, having billions of planets that you can never, like, that shit's a crazy technology in its own.
Yeah.
And, I thought when I first played it, I thought that was pretty cool. But the game itself had nothing. Like, there was literally nothing to do. And when you got to like the middle or like the center star, you just saw a light and then the game started over. And that was like super tragic for a lot of people. But now here we are, 2026. And honestly, No Man's Sky is like one of the greatest space games ever made. Like, it literally is shitting on anything. Starfield can't even fuck with this.
No, and
I
want people to check out this update because this is why I wanted to post it. Look how drastically I'm gonna play this, but I want people to see how drastically changed No Man's Sky is. Like, this is a completely different game now. I'm gonna play
every
this.
update is free. Yes, Brian. Every update, there was no expansions. They did expansions, but all their expansions were free.
Yep.
It's just like, here's the new expansion. Yeah.
And they said they're gonna do that for Light No Fire too when that comes out. So
yeah, they said Light No Fire. Their RPG is going to be just like this.
It's gonna be the
You
same
buy
thing.
the game, and you forever get the most massive updates in gaming history. So,
and this is amazing. So I want you guys to check this out. This is for No Man's Sky's new update. Was it 2.6.2? I think they said. So check this out.
6.2.
Check this out, guys, and I want y'all to tell me what y'all think it is.
Introducing No Man's Sky version 6.2. A new gravity gun allows players to uncover and salvage hazardous waste. Featuring new flatbeds, trucks, and haulers.
Oh shit, I love the legs.
Clean up the planet.
The spider
alone
vehicles
or
is
join
OD.
a
I
salvage
need
crew
that,
with
though.
friends. carefully haul valuable salvage, and dangerous ways to cross the planet with an array of new vehicle types. Explore dangerous worlds
No
and
gameplay.
salvage wrecks. Choose from flatbeds, incinerators,
You gotta remember the platform
tank
is not
tracks,
just gaming.
and spider legs.
Entertainment Network.
More will follow. Our journey continues.
Yeah, I just wanted to show that is for No Man's Sky Remnant. The game is completely different than what it was when it dropped. Danny will tell you, I actually returned it and said, I'm never playing this game.
I did too. I rebought it. I returned it too.
And he made me rebuy. Daddy said, guess what? They got vehicles and cool ass shit. I was like, what? No, it's trash. Then I bought it and said, oh, this is probably one of the best games I've played. And then it kept updating. It kept updating. So now it's in my library permanently because it's definitely
Because it was after that first update where they redid the whole game as well as added the true multiplayer. Because I remember that was one of the huge things was like the multiplayer was like if you look at another person, they were like a dot. They weren't like a character. And you were like vaguely in the universe. Yeah, it was really weird. And like I said, there was not a lot to do. There's literally nothing to do. But now it's like it's so much shit to fucking do. It's damn near too goddamn much. It's so much fucking shit. It's crazy.
Remember, Sean Murray said every time that they work on Light No Fire and they discover new tech, they say they just updated into No Man's Sky. They just bring it over to No Man's Sky.
Yeah, they just bring the same technology because they redid the water. Because the water that they did for Light No Fire, they brought it over to No Man's Sky. So Hello Games is God tier. They used to be shit tier. But now they are God tier. So, yes, sir. Love it. I can't wait. Definitely reinstalling it. Need to check that shit out, bro.
Yep, for sure. I will be jumping back into it in my backlog series. I will be jumping back into No Man's Sky. All right, now we got the sad subject. Right, this is the other sad ass subject, and we're gonna get into it. Today we're gonna go over a little bit of. I know if you guys heard about this, Pam Bondi was in a hearing today on the House committee, and she had to answer a lot of questions today. We do have some notable highlights, so we're not watching the whole thing at all, but we're just going to listen to some of the low lights, is what I should say, because Pam Bondi made it low. But we're going to check.
No, ain't no party like a Diddy party. So.
Ain't no party like a Diddy party, and it sounded like Diddy may have been loving Epstein. But I'm gonna play this. I want you guys to tell me what you guys think of this craziness. And this is Jamie Raskin. This is kind of like the beginning of the committee hearing, and then we'll check some notables from the hearing. Check this out and tell me what you guys think it is.
You've turned the People's Department of Justice into Trump's instrument of revenge. Trump orders up prosecutions like pizza, and you deliver every time. He tells you to go after James Comey, Letitia James, Lisa Cook, and Jerome Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve Board, and members of Congress like Adam Schiff, Mark Kelly, Alyssa Slotkin, Chrissy Houlihan, Jason Crow, Chris DeLuzio, and Maggie Goodlander, to name a few, and you snap to it. You replace real prosecutors with counterfeit stooges who robotically do the president's bidding. Nothing in American history comes close to this complete corruption of the justice function and contamination of federal law enforcement. And the good news is many serious lawyers at DOJ, including some of your own original appointees, have refused your lawless orders. Danielle Sassoon, your original pick for acting U.S. Attorney in Manhattan, resigned rather than follow your corrupt order to quash an indictment against Mayor Eric Adams as a political favor from Donald Trump. A Federalist Society member who clerked for Justice Scalia, U.S. Attorney Sassoon refused to participate in this blatantly corrupt scheme.
Denny, when you doing
Her
the podcast
top assistant,
again?
Hagan Scotton, an Iraqi war vet and two-time Bronze Star
This Saturday.
who clerked
Tune
for
in.
Chief Justice Roberts and then Judge Kavanaugh, promptly resigned too, writing to your office, quote, "I expect you will eventually find someone who is enough of a fool or enough of a coward to file your motion, but it was never going to be me. You and the president nominated Eric Siebert, a 15-year career prosecutor, to be your U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia. But after 5 months of investigating Letitia James and James Comey, he found no evidence to justify criminal charges. So you forced him out. You replaced him with Lindsay Halligan, Trump's personal lawyer from the Mar-a-Lago documents case, who had zero prosecutorial experience and no qualifications. And then you were humiliated when a federal judge found that this corrupt appointment was blatantly unlawful and threw out Halligan's indictments entirely. And grand juries of American citizens have repeatedly rejected your vendettas and baseless indictments brought by the hacks left at DOJ now, with 2 different grand juries in Virginia voting down indictments against Letitia James in a single week. And just yesterday, another grand jury shut down your vendetta factory by rejecting indictments against the 6 members of Congress who had spoken out to remind all service members that they have a duty to refuse illegal orders. You tried to get a grand jury to indict 6 members of Congress who are veterans of our armed forces on charges of seditious conspiracy simply for exercising their First Amendment rights. I hope you will heed the wisdom and the constitutional patriotism of those grand jurors and not try it again by doubling down on that humiliation. As your best lawyers are sacked for having participated in the January 6th case, or just flee for the exits now, your new lawyers keep lying in court. In dozens of cases, they've been excoriated for lying to federal judges. Chief Judge Boasberg, right here in D.C., suggested your Department of Justice...
He's talking to the Attorney General Pam Bondi.
Other judges found your statements to be, quote,
your president,
misleading, patently incredible,
Donald Trump,
totally inconsistent,
so you know what I'm saying? He's talking to goddamn Pam Bondi because they had a hearing today. Remember, you guys got to stay aware of your personal life. Can't just concentrate on games too. You have to concentrate on your life because guess what? Epstein fucked up games.
And guess
what?
And
we'll get to that.
And I'll say this, not only that, but you all are potentially in the files too. All right, so that was Jamie Raskin. He's like one of the committee chairmen. And he was talking to Pam Bondi about her role as Attorney General, because this really was just about her answering questions about her role as Attorney General, but it did delve into the Epstein files, and that's the part we're going to get into just a little bit. So let's dive into this. Now, there was a notable exchange, and me and Danny really liked this one. This one kind of caught viral as well. It is actually Pam Bondi committing perjury right in front of us in real time. So I want you guys to check this out. This is a exchange between Representative.
I want to move on to another man.
Representative Ted Lieu and Pam Bondi at the hearing today. I think this is like a courtesy to David Pakman. Shout out to David Pakman. This is a real interesting exchange. I want you guys to check this out and then tell me what you guys think about this.
Go ahead.
So I want to move on to another man.
Can I answer
Donald
that,
Trump.
though?
I want to move on to another
Can I
question.
answer your question about protecting...
You answered the question.
You're saying no. I love this.
I want to discuss another man, Donald Trump, who is all over the Epstein files, like former Prince. Here's the video. Like former Prince Andrew, Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one that asked that those files
I'm reclaiming my time.
be released.
I got your answer. You said there's no evidence.
President Trump asked
Mr. Chairman, please stop the clock.
Stop the clock. The legislation. This is
I'd like to reclaim my time.
Time belongs to the gentleman from California.
Okay. I'm going to put up another document from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center, because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath, and this is all on videotape. You said there's no evidence of a crime. I'm showing you, here is a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center. He drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeffrey on his cell phone. He was so angry, he was going to stop a limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head blown off, and officers at the scene said that could not have been suicide. No one at the Department of Justice interviewed this witness. You need to interview this witness immediately. Epstein should rot in hell, so should the men who patronized his operation. And as we sit here today, there are over 1,000 sex trafficking victims, and you have not held a single man accountable. Shame on you. If you had any decency, you would resign right after this hearing concludes.
The gentleman has expired.
May I respond?
Yeah, I don't know how you respond. No one can.
I did not ask a question, Ms.
He doesn't
You're
want to
allowed
talk
to.
about
I did
the
not ask a
horrific
question.
crime in California. He does not want to talk about
I did not ask a
crime
question.
in his
She
state.
can't just
Madam
add
Attorney
lib
General.
stuff. I did not ask a question.
Committee will be in order.
Yeah, so that was Attorney General Pam Bondi lying to your face right on live.
Dude, she just flat out lied, bro.
She said there's no evidence that he did anything. And then here it is. Ted Lieu brings up a limo driver, Donald Trump's own limo driver, who's saying he overheard him talking some shit about Epstein. He wanted to kill him. So, I mean, what do you think about that, Danny? What do you think about this craziness?
You know, it's interesting because you show this to somebody who's like a MAGA chud supporter, and they will tell you that it's fake and just outright deny it, right? And then you look at what's actually happening now, and it's just unbelievable how there was nothing done. And yes, I do agree that like the other attorney generals, like Merrick Garland and all of them, you know, that was under like Biden and yes, they absolutely failed. But the problem is Pam Bondi is currently the attorney general, and she still made no movement on it. And she can't answer that. And that's why she lied under oath, because she said that there was nothing. Like nobody made any declarations, nobody had witness statements. She just made it seem like there was absolutely nothing. And then Ted Lieu just pulls up with the fucking what was that one shit in Yu-Gi-Oh? The blue-eyed dragon, right? He
showed up with the Obama is not on the list. What are you talking about? Listen,
Obama, Obama confirmed is not on the list. Now, who's in the list is Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Bill Clinton is absolutely rot in motherfucking hell.
Absolutely.
All up in it. Hakeem Jeffries, Democrat, should absolutely get wrapped.
He says, see, bias. Right? No, it's called truth. If he's not in the list, he's not on the list.
No. Yeah. He's literally, Obama's literally not on the list. That's the crazy part, is that you can go look it up right now. Obama's not on the list. If Obama was on the list, his ass is done. Right? Like it's not a political thing.
If he's on the list, but he's not. But if he fuck Obama. If Obama's on the list, his ass is toast. But he's not. Fortunately, he's not. He's not on the fucking list. But there's a lot of Democrats, there's a lot of Republicans on that list. Absolutely.
But you can't do a whataboutism about sex trafficking.
Right.
Like when you're talking about something as heinous as this, you can't go, well, what about this person? And then you go, yeah, if they're on the list, if they're actively doing something with a PDF file, then they should definitely get crucified, like Clinton.
Yeah.
Bill Clinton, huge Democrat. All the Democrats love him. I could care less. This dude is on the list. He should absolutely get crucified. There's no bias there. The real bias is people who want to defend Trump. When literally Trump appears.
Hey, I'm about to show it.
They said out of the three.
Hold on, I'm about to show it.
Okay.
All right. Listen, I'm about to
go.
show you this. This is Congressman Moskowitz. He's also one of the committee delegates there. he talks about this is a notable one about how many times that Donald Trump is mentioned in the Epstein files, which actually should be called the Trump files. But let's press play. I want you guys to hear this, and I want you guys to tell me what you think it is.
Trump's name appears more times in the Epstein files than God's name appears in the book about God. Okay, by the way, this is the Trump Bible. Move over, King James. Trump's name also appears more times in the Epstein file than Harry Potter's name appears in the 7 books about Harry Potter. Lutnick says that in 2008, he went to Epstein's home, says he had a massage table in the living room.
Insanity.
But Epstein said he got one every day, that it was the right type of massage. He and his wife decide to leave and say they'll never be in a room with him again. Howard then says, I'm sure the Epstein stuff is all on video. He was the greatest blackmailer of all time. Well, how would Howard know that? But now the files are public, and in 2012, we find out that he and his family are on Epstein Island after Epstein pled guilty to state charges. I'm from Florida. I take my family to Disney World, not to Epstein Island. Trump's name appears more.
All right, guys, on that, Howard Lutnick is his secretary, and he claimed in 2006 that Epstein was disgusting. I never see him again. But then it shows him 8 times meeting with Epstein and eating dinner and sharing his kids and telling his kids' ages and stuff. It's disgusting. And it's crazy that his name is mentioned in the files more than Harry Potter's name is mentioned in all of the Harry Potter books and more than God is mentioned in the Bible. So, I mean, I would ask...
You know what's crazy? It's the biggest thing is where people are thinking that somehow it's like a liberal thing, right?
Now I'm not saying that
it's weird that somebody could see this information and just be like, it's a liberal thing, and it's like, how? This is literally corrupted government. This is Epstein having his hands in a lot of our life stuff. You know what I'm saying? Chris Tucker was absolutely on the list. Thou. And he was on the plane and he was on the island.
Yeah.
You know who wasn't on the list? And y'all about to be tripping. That's Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson was not on the list.
Michael Jackson was not part of that bullshit.
Actually, there's an Epstein file.
And I'm starting to learn a lot about this.
I should have pulled that up. There's an Epstein file that shows that actually Michael Jackson should be, there should be some rethinking because
was saving kids.
Yeah, that Neverland Ranch was like an underground pass-through for children who were part of this abducted child sex traffickers. So it's a lot of that. There's a lot that's going to change here just because of this. I don't think people get it now. But there is going to be. I want to show this quick clip of Jasmine Crockett. I don't know if you know who Jasmine Crockett is. She's running for Senate.
I just want to say one thing before you do that.
Yeah.
I just want to say one thing before you do that. I want people to understand that this is not a linchpin type of attack on Trump. It is that he is the current president who is in the list, right? And we're not talking just a mention saying, well, Trump running for president, that was an email sent by, that's a nothing burger, right? That's like nothing.
Right.
This is Trump with allegations from, I'm talking multitudes of women and girls. We talking kids, girls. They said that there was allegations in the files about him measuring genitals and these things of those girl pageants, those 14 and 16-year-old girl pageants. And so when y'all see that, and this is to the Trump supporters, when y'all see that, I wonder, what do y'all really think? Because y'all are so gung-ho on saying, well, Clinton is, and it's like, yeah, Clinton is on there on absolute horrible, right? But why is it different for Trump? Right? Why doesn't that same mentality go for Trump? He's our current president. And I think that's why he's the main topic of the conversation, because he's our current president. And the thing about it is the things that are going on right now, if you just look at what's happening happening from like maybe late 2025 to right now, all the things that were done to hide the list, shutting down the government, and they were all Epstein stuff. Like when the government shut down, it was literally the Epstein vote on releasing the files. And MAGA Mike was the one who shut down the government because he's the speaker, right?
Yeah, Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Johnson. So he shut down the government because of it. That should tell y'all something. Like, I just really want to know from the Trump supporters, what do y'all think? If y'all in this chat, I swear to God, we're not going to demonize you. I just want to know, what do you guys think? Like, when you hear that stuff coming out of the files, Trump's names is in there a billion times. Like what do y'all think?
Well, remember, I know
what
they think. I sometimes watch this thing that's on TikTok. It's a group called the Necessary Conversation. It's like this brother.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And you know, no matter the evidence,
and they interviewed their dad and their mother, their mom and dad, right?
And the reason why I like the question you asked, but it's kind of like a question that doesn't go anywhere, because what they'll do is the excuse is, has it been proven? And here's the technicality. Yes, everything that you read in the Epstein file doesn't say it's 100% true. So it's like, you know, they get on the loophole of, well, it's not proven, but what you're looking for, Danny, is accountability. You're looking for someone to say, all right, if someone is mentioned this, how would you hold them accountable? Those people,
right? Like
they're not looking for accountability. It's all about one
but sometimes
side. Yeah, it's only one
it's
side.
It's like if you follow this dude, shout out to Isaiah Martin. He ran for a seat
in Texas.
Yeah, and he does a lot. Yeah, he ran in Texas. He's definitely like a good debater. And you know, he poses those questions.
What up, Braze?
And even though he knows what the outcome kind of is, what he does is it stirs that debate, right, on facts. And what it does is it kind of puts the facts out there. That's why I like posing those type of questions. Because, you know, even though they may push back and say none of that's proven, well, then they can say the same thing for Clinton then, right?
Right.
You can say the same. You can say, well, Bill Clinton. If you can say the same thing about Trump, then you have to say about it on anybody on the list. You can say it about Chris Tucker. You can say it about Lutnick. You can say, well, yeah, if that's not proven, then why not? But it's the allegations. How do you get put in those allegations, right?
Nobody
you put yourself in those allegations because you're exposed to that.
Dragoon?
That's why what's up, Dragoon Braze. So, you know, it's just an interesting dichotomy when I ask questions like, what do you guys really think? Like when they say, it's proven 1,000% that Trump's name is in there a million times, what does that do for you? Does that make you, do you curl up? Is there any defense for that? Even if none of that can be true, he's a million times in there. That's more than anything, right?
More than Harry Potter's name is in all 7 of the Harry Potter books. That's fucking crazy.
So if you're a Trump supporter, I just want you to answer that just the best way you can. What do you feel when you find out that Trump's name is in there a million times? Like what does that do? You know, how does that compare to like Clinton, who was mentioned like 8 or 9 times, but it was really bad? I'm not saying what Clinton should definitely rock. You know what I'm saying? Because what he was mentioned in there was bad, but he wasn't mentioned as much as Trump. So I just want to know what is that? What does that make you guys feel?
I really want people to realize the magnitude. There were 3 million documents released for the Epstein. There's still 3 million outstanding, so they haven't even gotten all of them. And the ones they did get were heavily redacted. So you got 3 million, but then Trump is listed 1.5 million times. I mean, he's over half. He's over half the documents that have already been released. His name is in it. I think that is very striking. You know, and I would wager anybody who is a Trump supporter, if their teacher or neighbor or principal or coach, a children's coach, or anybody had that record where they were mentioned 1 million times in a pedophile's party registry, I guarantee you.
I think you got to say PDF files. You got to say PDF files.
I'm sorry, PDF files. I'm pretty sure they would be like, yo, we don't want this person in our school. We don't want this person in our community. They will be kicking them out. I want to play this. This is from Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine, this is very quick. It's only 9 seconds. I just want to play this. I think we're just hammering home kind of the theme here. I just want y'all to hear this and tell me what you guys think of this.
Now, I'm not saying that the president is a pedophile, but there is a lot of evidence in these files that suggests that he's very close friends with a lot of men who are pedophiles. Now, I'm not saying that the president is.
She had a lot of others. Think I should have pulled that up.
I mean,
but she definitely. I mean, I think the point is proven, right, Danny? I mean,
well, yeah, that and that's the question that I pose, right? Like, and you kind of got there too. And I've just asked this question to anybody in chat, and I want y'all to answer truthfully. All right? If you had a babysitter, all right? Babysitter applied, or a nanny applied to take care of your kids, and you find out that they were on the Epstein list more than 1,000 times, would you say that's propaganda and I'm still going to hire you as a babysitter? Or are you going to say, why is this person mentioned so many times in a PDF file ring? Right? Like what would be your answer? Are you hiring the babysitter? Or are you really going to think twice about bringing somebody who was mentioned a multitude of times in a PDF file sting operation, and was arrested and convicted and admitted to it? Would you hire them? Like, would you say, I will hire this person that was mentioned 1,000 times? Or would you think twice about it? That's what I want to know.
Braze, you're right.
So if you guys
I like that question. Braze, I want you to double check on that, because I did a little bit of dive onto that about Congresswoman Crockett supposedly supporting Israel. That was based on a clip that was taken completely out of context. And if you watch the whole clip, you see her actually come back around and say, this is why I don't want to condemn, I want to condemn what Israel is doing. And she's not taking any PAC money or anything. So I would just double check that information. At least from what I saw, that accusation about her being an Israel lover is not accurate.
Frozen said, question, was everyone mentioned in there? Was it confirmed everyone's name messed with the kid?
Right. And
I can tell you this.
That's
there's
why I said,
literal. Hold on, let me. I was in the middle. Let me answer it.
Okay.
Literally in the files, there's FBI corroborated testimony. When we say corroborated, that means it was proven that not only Trump, Jeffrey Epstein, Howard Lutnick, and a bunch of others were at a situation where kids were abused, right? And we're talking Trump video depositions, we're talking written statements, and we're talking thousands. And this is just Trump. And this is proven. Same thing with Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton was also in there, listed under some of those FBI depositions where they said that this person was present when the abuse took place, right? So, yes, there was confirmed names, which is one of them is the president of the United States.
That's right.
So, yes, 100%. Now, was there a bunch of other blanketed names that were all in there that had some statements that were corroborated, some statements, which is what Ted Lieu was going to, where he said that bounds of people had released statements and then they did nothing. They didn't corroborate it. They didn't interview them. They didn't talk to them. They didn't get any information. And they just got these statements. Well, so there's two things in there. There's corroborated statements and then there's uncorroborated statements in the files.
Right. And yes,
Chris Tucker's name is uncorroborated.
Right. And
yes, Chris Tucker's name is in there, definitely, but he's not corroborated. But Trump is, for sure, 1,000%.
1.5 million times. And I'll say
Jeffrey Epstein, for sure. Both of those names, those two, were corroborated. Trump and Epstein. And, three, Clinton. Because Clinton also got corroborating statements.
But yes, Frozen, you're right.
On him.
I have to answer the question correct. Every name that was mentioned in the Epstein files was not accused of messing with children. No, there was not every single person.
Not every name, but there were some.
But I'll say this. Showing up in the Epstein files does beg questions, because it does say, how did you get to a point to meeting Jeffrey Epstein? Now, could some of it be benign? Yes. Some of it could be where, like you said, a name could have come up in an email. Hey, did you see Nick Cannon's blah, blah, blah? Okay, yeah, he's in the file technically, but he's not like on the island. You do have to remember this too. Okay. Epstein also did a lot of, like, believe it or not, like fundraisers. He did a lot of celebrity events. And they weren't like on the island. You know what I'm saying? Or like, if he did do something overseas, it was some major event for, a money event, and they invited a bunch of celebrities. And you can say that, okay, they were with Jeffrey Epstein, but they weren't in the same instance as like on Jeffrey Epstein Island with kids. Right. But they were like, Jay-Z may have did like a fundraiser for him where, because Epstein had the cash, that he can pay celebrities to do this and have appearances and these things. Yeah, and that puts you in the list. Yeah, put your T's in there, and that puts you in the list, right? That's like, okay, yeah, they did business with Epstein because they did a charity event, and that's and that. So there are those things, and that's why I say that's the excuse that the Trump supporter is going to come up to say, is that these people weren't accused, And the thing about it is that you just got to think. No, they weren't. But Jeffrey Epstein and Trump was. Though. I hear what you're saying. I'm saying that's the benefit of doubt that they hang on, because even if it's 1%, you could still say it's not guaranteed because it's 1%. Even though we know as like people who have cognitive thinking, even though we can put 2 and 2 together, even though we can understand inferences and we accept those inferences, when you're a person who doesn't want to accept that you're wrong, or you don't want to accept that the truth is staring you in the face and you only blindly support in cultish like behavior, the truth is not going to matter, because it's going to be, well, I believe this and this is what I'm hanging on. Just like some people who believe like, who are atheists, who say, how can people believe in Jesus? They don't have proof, but you don't have proof that he doesn't, exist. So it's like people hang on to those beliefs because there's that little benefit of it could be. But I want to move on to this, because this is one more thing. Let me answer one question. Okay. And this is kind of crazy, actually. Frozen says, I think Diddy is there. Actually, that's the one thing I haven't been hearing. Now, I haven't checked for myself. I don't know if David knows. But to my understanding, Diddy was only mentioned like twice. And I don't think it was anything garbage. Now, we already know what Diddy is, right? We already know what timing he's on. But I think actually in this inference, I don't think he was listed anything in there. I don't think he was listed as doing anything in there. But I need to double check that. But I'm pretty sure, because if he was really in there, people would be talking about Diddy, right? But like, he's not really in there. Like, he's not really in the list, but I need to double check for sure. He said, this is bigger than Diddy. Pause. Yikes. Well, from what I hear is everything's bigger than Diddy. All right, so check this out, yo. We're going to look at here. This is and I want to show people this because this is not Epstein per se. This is like just the overall hearing craziness. And just to show you how incompetent Pam Bondi is as our current attorney general of this regime, I want y'all to check this out. This is Mr. Ngozi. I think he's representative of York. I think one of the representatives. I want y'all to check this out. Y'all tell me what y'all think it is.
Do you know which presidential administration under which the PIN was first created?
I can tell you what administration that the weaponization was ended under.
I'll reclaim my time. This wasn't a trick question.
You don't get to reclaim your time.
Madam Attorney General.
Because I don't like it.
Mr. Chairman, will you explain to the witness that he does reclaim his time?
Because I don't answer a question to your satisfaction?
Mr. Chairman. Madam Attorney General, the time belongs to the gentleman from Colorado.
The president under which PIN was created was Gerald Ford. It was created after Watergate. I'm not asking a question, Madam Attorney General. The administration under which it was created was Gerald Ford. When you first started as the Attorney General of the United States, there were 35 people working in that office. There are now 2 people working in that office because you have gutted it. How many people work for the National Cryptocurrency Enforcement Team in the criminal division today?
Can I answer the question about PIN?
I've asked you a question. How many
You've
people
asked
work?
me a question, but you don't
How
want
many
the answer.
people work
I'm not
for the
gonna answer your
National
questions the way you
Cryptocurrency
want.
Enforcement Team? You won't answer how many
I'll
people?
answer PIN.
You.
PIN will not be
you know what?
weaponized.
You know what?
What's
Madam
funny
Attorney
about
General,
this?
I'll say to the chairman.
What's funny about this?
Chairman, you know what the answer is? And I think I understand
funny
why the
about
Attorney General
this?
does not want to answer the question. Because you eliminated the National Cryptocurrency Enforcement Team last year. So I understand why you don't want to tell the American people who works there.
Yeah, I
no one
understand
works
why
there
you don't want to
anymore,
talk about
Madam
Mohammed
Attorney
Solomon
General.
in
So,
your district.
In any event,
who
I will
murdered people.
Mr. Chairman, will you stop the clock so his time is not wasted by the witness?
All right, that was Congressman Ngozi. What do you think about that, Danny? She can't answer.
Dude, she can't answer fucking questions, dude. And that's the problem. Is that she can't answer a goddamn question, man. And she needs to. And how are you the Attorney General? And you just don't have this information, or you willing to like stands on a not knowing basis? Like I don't fucking understand that. I just really don't get it.
Yeah, it's like how did we get to a point where she can't even answer how many people work in a building? It's like she just couldn't answer it. That's just who we have right now as our Attorney General. All right, so did you have any more comments? We're gonna move on a little bit we're still in the Epstein files.
Yes, I have one more comment, and here's the ultra crazy shit. Diddy is not on the list. I just looked it up. Diddy's not on the list. How? How is he not on the list? But he's not on the list. They said there's no confirmation. The only thing that they have is that he could have been on a client list, but they don't have the client list because Pam Bondi claimed that it disappeared or there was no list. Remember when she said it was on her desk? Yeah, and then all of a sudden it poof disappeared? Yeah, Diddy is not on the list.
But
he's literally
but
not
Diddy had his
on
own island. He had his own island.
Yeah, yes. I'm not defending him, guys, please. No, we know Diddy is Diddy, and we know what he's done, right? But he's had his own. Also, R. Kelly. Because I looked up R. Kelly, too. I want to double check.
Bray said,
he said he had
Bad Boy Island.
R. Kelly also was not on the list. R. Kelly is not.
Yeah, he
we
got
know
his own torture dungeons.
Notorious. Yeah. Plus, I don't want to get into it, man. Just know that R. Kelly and P. Diddy are not on the list, which is unfucking believable. But that just means that they had their own stuff,
hey, listen,
right? That means they had their own rings. They didn't really need.
We're still missing 3 million files, so.
True. We still, at least at this point, I should say. Let me clean it up. At least at this moment, Diddy and R. Kelly are not on the list, and that still blows my mind. But they're not on it. At least Chris Tucker's definitely on there. They showed. I'm looking at stuff. I was just Googling and doing, looking up some of what they have on the files, some of the pages, and I also looked at that Jasmine Crockett thing too. Her formal statement was that it wasn't that she was supporting Israel, she's supporting Israel. I guess that was a Republican bill that had some other things that were tied to it.
Yeah. That's what I said.
There was some other things that was tied to it, and she voted for it because. But her official statement was that she supports people, and she said that Israel, they're whatever they're doing, she's not in support of it. She said she supports people. She doesn't support Israel. So I think that may have been some right-wing garbage, but at least on the neutral pages are saying that Jasmine Crockett is not supporting Israel. She supported the bill because there were things that had hands tied for certain things
Yeah,
that
that's
were
what.
thrown in that bill,
That's why they call it
which
pork.
was
That's why they call it pork in
yeah,
the bill, because they put that garbage, they put the poison pill in there, and then it's like, damn, if I don't vote
yeah,
for this, then my school doesn't get these fundings, and it's like it's really
yeah.
terrible.
There was a lot of poison. There were some poison pills, and she said that there were some things that she didn't know if she could vote against because it was like actually her district stuff. So, at this moment, she seems pretty neutral. She didn't really have a stance either way. So I don't think that is true that she's just outright supporting Israel. But, we still got to see. But honestly, Jasmine Crockett is a real one. And, it's, you gotta kind of take that for what it is. She's a real one.
Yes,
And
yeah, she's a real one, and I hope she does win her Senate district. Now, I do want to move on to this because this is something. Remember, we asked the question at the beginning here: are you on the list? Well, guess what? Technically, we might all be in the list. So I want to play this video. This is crazy. When I heard this story, but I want to get this out to y'all so y'all can hear about it too. Just check this craziness out, y'all, and I want y'all to tell me what y'all think it is.
Need you to stop and watch this video because what I've been going through in the Epstein file should concern everyone, but especially parents. Now stick with me on this because it's important. If you have kids, or even from when you were a kid, you probably remember a company called LifeTouch. They're the company that takes school photos, and they've been around for decades. In fact, I remember them taking my school photos when I was a kid in the 80s and 90s, and a lot of you probably remember that too. So this is a company that has been around for a while and has had routine access to American and Canadian schools for generations. Well, today, LifeTouch is owned by Shutterfly, which was acquired by a company called Apollo Global Management. That means LifeTouch and Shutterfly now sit in the same corporate structure. Now, when people hear school photos, they tend to think it's just a picture. It's not. School photo systems typically include a child's name, their school, their grade, their teacher, classroom information. Parents then provide home addresses, email addresses, phone numbers, and payment details. All of that information is tied directly to an image of a child, your child, and stored long-term for reorders, archives, and future access. They don't ever delete the photos. Shutterfly separately holds millions of consumer uploaded family photo accounts. Those accounts include images of children, often labeled with names, dates, schools, personal details that parents upload themselves. And again, stick with me here. So what you end up with are two massive pipelines of children's images and identifying information living under one corporate umbrella. That umbrella is Apollo. Now, Apollo was co-founded by a man named Leon Black. Leon Black's financial relationship with Jeffrey Epstein is documented in court records, including payments, settlements, and Epstein-related legal exposure. In 2023, Leon Black paid $62.5 million.
By the way, the images you are seeing, guys, are images that are in the Epstein files. So I just want to make sure you understand when you're like, what the hell images? Those images are part of the Epstein files. All right.
$1 million
we push it kind of
to resolve claims connected to the Epstein investigation and child trafficking.
With those images.
All right, I'll stop it. But I'll say this. LifeTouch, I know it will just stop it right there. LifeTouch, like I said again, is the world's largest, photographer of children in school. And they've been doing that for eons. So what's crazy is that we're in the list probably, right? Because we're in the Epstein files because we, probably our pictures are probably at Epstein, database somewhere. Where all of our pictures, including our kids' pictures. You got to see how bad I felt knowing that my children took pictures in school and stuff. And I believe LifeTouch was the company. And they got pictures of my kids. So it's freaking horrible. What do you think about this story, Dan?
Man, it creeps me out, dude, because it's like LifeTouch did our fucking photos like when we were kids. When we took like the school photos at school, that was definitely LifeTouch, dude. Yeah. So they probably got our photos, dude, just chilling with our information. And that's the most wildest thing I've ever seen in my life. When I heard about that and the Call of Duty stuff, it just blew my mind, man. I just could not believe what I was hearing. I'm like, what? So we're in the files by proxy because our pictures from LifeTouch is in there. That's crazy business, man. We were kids, man. We were just taking an innocent ass school photo and didn't know that Epstein was gonna be chilling with it.
Not only
That's
got your
crazy, man.
your name, your address, your phone number, the amount paid, who's the teacher, what school you go to, what classes you go to. It's pretty damn mind numbing. So
That's wild as hell.
I know this is the stuff I want people to see, man, because this is like, you know, I understand that everybody, and listen, I understand everybody's busy. You got bills, you ain't got time to be sitting back watching this bullshit. You got kids, you got bitches to fuck, you got niggas to fuck. I get it. Everybody is like busy trying to do their own thing. But I encourage people to just take a few minutes just to see what your government and the people running your government are doing. And right now, it looks like it's a PDF file ring. And it's one of the world's largest, it seems. I want to show you this. This is one that is crazy that I saw. It's like Piers Morgan got accused right live on TV. This is crazy.
What?
I want you to check this craziness
I haven't seen this. I haven't seen this one.
Yeah, this is crazy.
What's up, Eggplant? I see you, bro. Yeah, you just in time, bro.
Yo, check this out. This is crazy, Danny. Check this out.
Being in my position,
All right, I
have
haven't seen
been in a
this. Let me
position
see.
where I have been able to be vocal, and that means that I've had a lot of people reaching out to me with information. A couple of months ago, I had a British girl reach out to me, and she said that her and her friend met Jeffrey Epstein in Virginia the weekend of March 10th, 2001, at the Dorchester Hotel. Virginia lured them to Jeffrey's hotel. She made the girls lie and say that they were 18 years old. One was 13, one was 14. They actually signed NDAs with Virginia, and David Boies paid them off. Now, they're too scared to come out.
Well, unless you've got evidence for any of that, I'm not going to just allow you to spew any cock and bull conspiracy theory that has come to your mind.
Once David Boies, it might take to the point where he passes away, and then I feel like the floodgates will open, and all.
Well, you know
these
what?
people,
David Boies might well sue you. David Boies might well sue you over what you've just said.
Well,
it's a
these
very
girls
serious
are
defamation.
in touch with the Metropolitan Police. So what I want to tell you is I'm very much in touch with the police, literally on WhatsApp, and they know a lot of information that you guys are not privy to. But
do you know what, Victoria? With the greatest respect, I think you talk utter shit.
All right.
And I'm sorry. I've known you a long time. I think you've disappeared down a conspiracy rabbit hole that is frankly repulsive.
I've always been right about my conspiracies. You were wrong about COVID and you were wrong about the vaccine fears.
You don't give a damn about these girls. You don't give a damn about these victims. You think it's fine to smear all of them. You admit it. You proudly admit it. And I think it's shameful.
Why would I feel sorry for people that are liars?
We now know from these documents just how disgusting this scandal is, and yet still you come on shows like this and you're still in total denial for reasons that completely baffle me.
Can we talk about the quality of girls? So Anushka DeGiorgio as an example. You know what she did? Like, this is the caliber of person we're talking about. Anushka DeGiorgio.
Actually, I'm not going to let you smear them. I'm sorry. I'm not.
She was the girl that set up Tom Parker
No, I'm not going to let you do it. Sorry.
She did. She did that
I'm not letting you do it. I'm not letting you smear these victims anymore. I'm just not going to let you do it.
Oh, this is different. Oh, this is a different clip. This is the wrong clip, guys. Sorry. This is the wrong clip. I thought this was it. I'll just paraphrase. There's another clip of this panel. And this lady right here, the blonde lady, comes out and says, like, you're in the damn files. And he's like, what? And then he starts explaining, like, well, it was on one page. And then she was like, nah, you were several pages. And he's like, what? And he gets real flustered and mad.
I gotta see that shit.
Yeah, but I can't. I gotta go and find it. I thought I shared the correct one, but I gotta go and do the extra. So we'll skip that for right now. We'll go to these last two videos. I just want to show you something here before we get out of here. That there's a pattern with these like Epstein people. You know, they all claim that they do all this and they're big and bad and bold. But when it comes time to answer the questions, it's always the Fifth Amendment. So I want to play you guys this. This is Ghislaine Maxwell. If you know who she is, she is the madam for Jeffrey Epstein. She's one of the.
Oh, David, I got the clip for you, bro.
Okay, yep, send it to me so I can.
I got the clip for you.
Okay, yep, send it to me real quick here.
Let me send it to you real quick, bro.
Yep, send it to me.
I got the damn clip with me.
Yep. Where are you sending it?
Yes.
Okay, there.
I sent it to Facebook.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I want to see it because I haven't seen this. I have not seen this, dude.
Yeah, this is wild. All right, here we go. We're coming back. All right, let's take a look. Let's see. Did I put it up here?
He said, make your white man slave and work that sucker all his 3 months.
Wait 1 second, guys. Hold on.
You MIA, never seen him. He got new eye.
1 second, guys.
Listen, I'm trying to make Brandon, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's available tomorrow, but David might be. She's at 5 o'clock, David.
Look, everything ended up in the
state of play is going down.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Look,
Yep, I can do it.
Look.
I can do it.
Okay, all right. So David will do it for you guys. King Dave.
All right, I want to show y'all this. All right, here's the video here. Check this out, y'all. Tell me what y'all think.
So we didn't get new hours and get fired.
Everything ended up in the Epstein files, all right? Like, I'm even in your file.
You're in what, sorry?
I'm in your Epstein file.
What Epstein file?
Well, you're in it, obviously, because you're not a loser.
Well, we're going to come to that ridiculous statement in a moment, but what are you referring to?
I'm referring to you being in the Epstein files, of course.
For what?
Just, you know, being at a drinks party, possibly with Ghislaine, just talking about you. You must have read it, surely.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not in the files.
It is in the files.
No, that was from her deposition
No, it's
months
not.
ago.
I promise you.
No, it's not.
Whoops. There it is.
Look, everything ended up.
You know, so there's not, you know, there's nothing I like more.
Hold up, David.
Yo.
I love when dudes get wrecked, bro.
Oh, for sure.
Because all that shit, because he called her, because he was basically stating, what was he saying? He was saying she had like conspiracy theories, right?
Yeah, he was saying like,
that she's coming up here and spouting bullshit about, and then for him to be all up at the top, and then come to find out, here's Morgan bitch ass in the files for going to a sipping party with Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein. Talking about some that's not in the files. Well, you just admitted that you were there. Talking about it was a deposition from. Get the hell out of here, man, bro. Dudes get David. I have not seen that clip, bro.
Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you, man. There's a lot that's going to happen with these Epstein files, and I do think governments are going to be toppled. You already had the British Prime Minister Keir Starmer. There's growing calls for him to resign. You got that stuff about Vladimir Putin doing that emails back and forth with Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, you got a lot that's going to happen here because of these files. And it is going to be a sight to fucking see. I want to show you guys this. This is a deposition. This is the most recent deposition of Ghislaine Maxwell. This is a new one. When she was actually supposed to come to the committee live on direct and air.
She was supposed to talk, right? But she fucked Trump over with this.
She did, and she pled the fifth, and it's super ridiculously and weird. And I want y'all to check this out and tell me what y'all guys think of this.
Ms. Maxwell,
what's up, Davion?
A close friend and confidant of Jeffrey Epstein.
I would like to answer your question, but on the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer this question and any related questions. My habeas petition is pending in the Southern District of New York. I therefore invoke my right to silence under the Fifth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution.
Let the record reflect that Ms. Maxwell has invoked the Fifth Amendment against self-incrimination. Ms. Maxwell, please be very clear. Are you declining to answer the question put to you solely on the ground that you believe the answer will incriminate you?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to silence.
Ms. Maxwell, did you at any time play any role in Jeffrey Epstein's activities involving the recruitment, grooming, or trafficking of young women or girls?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to silence.
Let the record reflect that Ms. Maxwell has invoked the Fifth Amendment against self-incrimination. Ms. Maxwell, please be very clear. Are you declining to answer
Facts,
the question
Frozen.
put to you solely on the ground that you believe the answer will incriminate you?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to silence.
Ms. Maxwell, have you ever coerced, directed, or otherwise instructed any young woman or girl to provide sexual favors to Mr. Epstein or any other individual?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to silence.
Let the record reflect that Ms. Maxwell has invoked the Fifth Amendment against self-incrimination. Ms. Maxwell, please be very clear. Are you declining to answer the question put to you solely on the ground that you believe the answer will incriminate you?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to silence.
Ms. Maxwell, did you and Jeffrey Epstein attempt to surround yourselves with influential individuals to curry favor and shield yourselves from potential scrutiny?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to silence.
Let the record reflect that Ms. Maxwell has invoked the Fifth Amendment against self-incrimination. Ms. Maxwell, please be very clear. Are you declining to answer the question put to you solely on the ground that you believe the answer will incriminate you?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to silence.
Ms. Maxwell, can you please provide us with all the names of other additional co-conspirators to the crimes perpetuated by you and Jeffrey Epstein?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to silence.
Let the record reflect that Ms. Maxwell has invoked the Fifth Amendment against self-incrimination. Ms. Maxwell, please be very clear. Are you declining to answer the question put to you solely on the ground that you believe the answer will incriminate you?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to silence.
Ms. Maxwell, is it your intention to answer every question put to you by the committee today with the assertion of your Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to silence.
The answer to that is yes also. So just as her lawyer, I'll tell you, yes, that's her intention.
Dude, this is the most ridiculous shit, bro.
And I want y'all to check this out.
Dude, it's the most ridiculous stuff I've ever seen, dude. And then this shit right here is crazy too. I've seen this
Have you ever
video.
had a personal relationship with Donald Trump?
What do you mean by personal relationships?
Have you socialized with him?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
Though I'd like to answer that question, at least today, I'm going to have to assert my Fifth, Sixth, and 14th Amendment rights, sir.
Have you ever had a personal relationship with...
So these people, they don't want to answer questions. Especially Ghislaine Maxwell. I mean, she's right there with Jeffrey Epstein. And they're not going to answer questions because why should they, right? I mean, if they get the backing of the current administration, everybody's going to protect them. Why would you say anything? I mean, why? They're going to protect you. They're going to be the PDF file protectors. But what do you think about that, Danny? Claiming the Fifth on these crucial questions. What do you think about this?
Dude, she had already admitted to this stuff, right? Like it's just weird. That's the one thing I find weird is that, you know, when she first got booked and she went through the whole process, right? There was things that were admitted. And so she had already said what she needed to say. I think what was the biggest thing was that Trump was thinking that she was going to say Trump hasn't had anything, right? Like he was thinking she was just going to totally exonerate him and just say he never did anything. And that was not the case. She actually invoked her amendment and she doesn't have to say anything. She's already where she needs to be. And I'm like what Frozen said. I guarantee in the next, I don't even want to say this, but just pay attention to Ghislaine Maxwell and her health, right? Like just pay attention to, what the outcome of all this is and where she ends up with this, because she's definitely an integral part, and especially with our commander in chief, it's just wild. Remember, he sent somebody out to talk to her, then all of a sudden he was able to move a PDF file from a straight prison to like a resort prison. I mean, and that's another question. Like, do y'all support that? Like, those of you who are against PDF files, do you think Ghislaine Maxwell should have been moved to a softer prison on Trump's order? Like, I just want an honest answer. Do you think that should have went down or no? Because if he feels like she did nothing, then Epstein did nothing, right? Like, what do you guys think? Like, do y'all honestly think this was a good move on the president's part to move her to a cushy prison, a PDF file? Just let me know what y'all answer is to that.
And you know what's crazy about that prison in Texas? That particular, or is it? I think it's like Arizona, maybe. But that prison is actually a specific, like standard operating procedure that says people who are convicted of like child sex crimes, sexual assault of women, in that are not even allowed in that prison. So she's getting even a double special favor in a place that she's not even supposed to be. She actually gets a puppy too. To take care of. That's like a country club prison that she's currently in, especially when she's just been doing a lot of sexual assault and sexual deviancy toward children and girls. But yeah, this is interesting, y'all. I'm gonna end the show here, but and who we rate? But I want to make sure that we
oh shit,
we put this information out, that we show and expose some of this. And I want people to keep watching this space, keep paying attention. I know it's hard. I know it's rough. We got jobs, we got work, we got kids, we got everything to do. And it's really hard to pay attention to this. But I want you guys, everyone, to take just a few minutes of your day just to see what the hell your government is up to. And I guarantee you will be fucking horrified at what you're seeing right damn now. All right, who we rate?
Let's do Rockstar Lexi.
Okay, let's rate Rockstar Lexi. Make sure you guys follow Rockstar.
He said, "Yes, sir." Didn't let me hold 20. I ain't got $20, man. I ain't got it, man. I ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? Let me hold 20. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Put my Cash App out here.
Yikes! But
Let me put my Cash App up.
I want you guys to make sure you guys
send me a Cash App. You know what I'm saying?
I want y'all to make sure you guys follow her out here. I wonder what happened to the thing. It's not showing.
I see it still.
I can't see the raid. Like, it won't let me hit the button. It's just a blank chat screen. I don't know why it did that.
I think it's because I did it. You know what I'm saying? But
okay.
Yeah, guys, y'all have a wonderful night. We all on the list.
We all in the list, y'all. So just know, don't plead the fifth. Don't plead the fifth.
Love y'all.
Peace.
Peace. All right, please hit that end button and then kill the